All right. Good evening, everybody. I am Adam Cummings. I'll be the chairman tonight, and to call this meeting to order and declare it to be a legally constituted meeting of the Town of Chi Zoning Board of Appeals. If you could please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Board members tonight, my far left is Jim Wiesner, my immediate left is Matt Sinicola, my immediate right is Fred Trott, my far right is Philip Supernault. Side table we have Paul Wanzenried from the building department and Matthew Piston, our assistant town council. Our stenographer is Sandy Hewlett down in front of the board here. Do have to point out we will hear each application in the order as they appear on the agenda. If you want a copy of the agenda, it's back there on that cart. And at the conclusion of each public hearing, the board will have a discussion and a vote on our decision. The applicant will receive a letter from the building department within a week of what we decide tonight. In the event of an emergency, I do have to point this out, our exits are the entrance you came in, double doors there. The two doors on each side go to the same hallway and out, or the doors on these left and to the right of myself all go to the back side of the building. And if you do have a cell phone or pager, please silence it just to prevent any interruptions. All right, board members, any issues with signs?
Oh my goodness.
Not hearing any issues.
Let's see. Yeah, Beaver Road. Thank you.
The Beaver Road,
I'm trying to think of what one it was. I didn't see it.
not the Archer Road, the Beaver Road.
Beaver Road. Yeah, 411.
Paul, I don't remember seeing it either. I drive past it twice a day. I didn't pay attention. It was distributed.
That's actually,
Did you put the sign out?
the sign was up for about a week. Some kids walked by on the way to the basketball court. I had it on camera, and they ripped the sign off my tree. I had it nailed into a tree and ripped it out.
Gotcha.
So I didn't have another sign. I even went over to the church thinking they stashed it somewhere there, but
Okay, well, maybe they'll show up at the meeting later because they really want the invitation. All right, application, we'll move on to application number one, the application of J.D. and Sons, 100 International Boulevard, Rochester, New York, 14624, the applicant, Garage 4119 Holdings Company, LLC, 100 International Boulevard, Rochester, New York, 14624, the owner for a variance to permit front yard parking, which is not permitted by the code, north to Paul Road and to the west to International Boulevard at the property located at 100 International Boulevard in the LI District. So this gentleman's already up at the podium. The same instructions will go for each of the applicants as you come up. Please come up to the podium, say your name and address so the stenographer can grab it for the record, and anything else you'd like to add about the application.
Good evening. Al LaRue, McMahon LaRue Associates, 822 Holt Road, Webster, New York. I represent the application of J.D. and Sons, 100 International Boulevard, for this variance for the front yard parking. The business right now does not need the parking, but to meet code, we had to propose 21 additional parking spaces. We don't plan to build that. This is strictly going to be banked. So with that, I'll answer any questions you might have.
Okay, just to show it, it's in the front corner of the property, front of the building. There's the Paul Road side, there is the International Boulevard side, and that is the 21 banked parking spaces, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Jim, any questions?
I don't.
Matt?
No.
Fred?
I went by there last week. It seemed like your parking lot was full, or very full, and they don't feel they need any additional parking?
They don't, and that may have been just an anomaly, but we've checked with JD, and no, they say no, the parking is adequate.
Okay. I have nothing further.
Okay. Phil?
No questions.
All right. And I've lost count of the number, but I think it's every building in this industrial park has requested a variance for front parking. Could be wrong on that, but There might be one or two that didn't. Paul, is there maybe one on this International Boulevard that didn't have front yard parking? No, I think all of them do.
I'll do.
Okay. Side table, anything to add? All right, I will go ahead and open up the public hearing. Not seeing any hands. Ask for a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion.
We have a motion. Is there a second? Second. We have a second. All those in favor saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. I don't have any condition of approval, so I'll declare the zoning board as lead agency and based on the information and evidence at this hearing, find this application to be an unlisted action and of no significant environmental impact. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second. All those in favor saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Now I'd ask for a motion to adopt this application.
So moved.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second. Board vote. Jim?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Fred?
Yes.
Phil?
Yes.
I also vote yes. So this one's all set.
Thank you very
Have a
much.
good night.
Take care.
All right. All right, application number 2, the application of Nicholas Hollowell, 411 Beaver Road, Chi-Line, New York, 14624, the applicant slash owner for a variance to erect an accessory structure, a garage, to be 14 feet 0 inches by 30 feet 0 inches, 5 foot 0 inch west side setback, where 10 feet 0 inches is required at the property located at 411 Beaver Road in the R-1-20 district. Good evening.
How you doing?
Good. Yourself?
Doing all right.
Good. I can go to your drawing and rotate. All right, so that's what you're looking to do, is a detached garage there and 5 feet off the side setback right there, correct?
That is correct.
Southwest corner of the new building.
Yeah, we currently do not have a garage. We did originally. I had a growing family. I had to make additional room for that, and obviously no one can really afford to move right now. So I turned that into a living space. So now I am out of a garage. I was going to do a shed in the back, but I don't think it'll be adequate for what my needs.
Okay. Jim, any questions?
I do not.
Matt?
No, I guess not.
I don't either, especially if you had a converted garage to living space. And you've got 3 feet between the garage and the dwelling, so I think that's fairly minimum on that. Fred, any questions?
Any thought to attaching it to the house?
Yes, sir. That was something that I did consider. The cost of doing something like that outweighs, this by far. So I decided to go this route.
Okay.
Okay.
I have no other question.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Phil,
No question.
side table, anything to add? All right, I'll open up the public hearing. Not seeing any hands. Ask for a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, with this one condition of approval for these type of structures, these detached structures, is you'll have to get a building permit. You've already started that process and been denied, and that's why you're here. So just make sure that you keep working with the building department to get that.
Understood.
All right, and I will declare the zoning board and lead agency as lead agency, and based on the information and evidence of this hearing, find this application to be a type 2 action of no significant environmental impact. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? And I'd ask for a motion to adopt this application with that one condition of approval.
So moved.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Board vote. Jim?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Fred?
Yes.
Phil?
Yes.
I also vote yes, so you're all set on that. Good luck with the
Awesome.
construction.
Thank you, buddy.
And maybe your sign will come back.
Yeah, well, I'm going to look for that.
All right. right, application number 3, the application of Convergence Construction LLC, Steve Leota, or Leota, I apologize if I mispronounce it, 51 Hideaway Lane, Brockport, New York, 14420. The applicant, Lynn and Andy Freeman, 159 Parkway Drive, North Chi-Li, New York, 14514. The owner for a variance to erect an accessory structure, an enclosed gazebo, 14 feet 0 inches by 24 feet 0 inches, totaling 336 square feet in area, where 192 square feet is allowed at the property located at 159 Parkway Drive in the R-1-15 district. Let me just zoom down. Do I just go right to the plan would be the easiest? Yes, and your name and address.
My name's Stephen Liotta. Address is 51 Hideaway Lane, Brockport, New York. I'm here representing Lynn and Andy Freeman at 159 Parkway Drive.
Okay, so just real quick on the survey map, that's the location
Correct.
of the structure, and then the structure that's being proposed is that.
Correct.
Anything else to add?
I think we were pretty explanatory in the
Okay.
actual proposal, so if you
Jim,
had
any
any questions, feel free to ask.
Jim, any questions?
No.
Matt?
No.
Fred?
There's actual real building pictures if you scroll down farther of what it actually looks like erected too. Picture.
Now, the reason for the size of this structure is it going over the pool
Correct.
so they can use it year-round?
Correct.
So will it be heated?
No.
The pool
The
might.
pool's going to be probably 100 degrees, and the ambient temperature, once it's open, increases quite drastically when it's open and in use.
Yep.
So
Yeah, the enclosure's not being heated, but it's like having a hot tub
Uh-huh.
there.
Okay. Nothing further.
Okay. Phil?
No questions.
Side table, anything to add? I'll open up the public hearing. Not seeing any hands. Ask for motion to close the public hearing.
Motion.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
We have a second. All those in favor saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That carried. One condition of approval is you'll have to get a building permit, so continue on that process with the building department. And I will declare the zoning board as lead agency, and based on the information and evidence at this hearing, find this application to be a type 2 action of no significant environmental impact. Is there a second?
Second.
Second. All those in favor saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I'd ask for a motion to adopt this application with that one condition.
I'll make the motion.
Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
A second. Board vote. Jim?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Fred?
Yes.
Phil?
Yes.
I also vote yes, so this one's all set.
perfect.
Thank you very much. All right. Application 4, the application of Richard Burdick, 1 Colonist Lane, Rochester, New York, 14624. The applicant owner for a variance to erect an accessory structure, a shed, to be 20 feet 0 inches by 24 feet 0 inches for a total of 480 square feet, where 192 square feet is allowed. And B, 7 feet 0 inches northeast side setback, where 8 feet 0 inches is required. And C, the 6 foot 0 inches north rear setback, where 8 feet 0 inches is required at the property located at 1 Colonist Lane at R-1-15 district. Let me just get to your sheet here. And we did receive your presentation. I do have that here with the comparables if you want me to bring that up.
Well, I am Michael Barber, Richard's brother.
Okay.
Richard is in South Carolina, or Virginia right now, family. But he's on speakerphone, is that okay? To answer any questions?
Sure. I've never had that before.
All right, you're live.
Oh, I was gonna put you on the spot, and then anything you can't answer, he's gotta answer.
Okay.
I've never had this before. All right, Jim, any questions?
So, is this the only item in the backyard is the shed? Is there any other, is there a pool, is there
He has a pool.
any other structure? Looked like there was another structure, looked like there might have been a pool.
To that, he has a pool off to the left, but this is replacing a smaller structure. So it'd only be the one
Shed that you
one
see.
structure.
That one's going away, the smaller one.
So to say that this is replacing that smaller one?
Yes.
The smaller one's not remaining, and this is getting added to,
Correct.
on the lot with it. It's replacing that one.
And then the pool is going to be right beside the shed? What's the separation there?
What's the separation?
Separation from the pool from the shed. We
The
can see it
separation
from,
from the pool to the shed.
Wow, that's a good question. So I'm gonna get, actually, you know what? I don't know, it's gotta be over 20 to 30 feet. The guy was gonna, Jerry from the town was gonna sketch it up on the instrument map. And I don't know if he had a chance to do that.
well,
I did-
I'd like to point out, sir, it's your application, not the town's application.
No, I understand that.
Oh, okay.
But I went through the variance to get the pool put in. Pool is as far left as you guys would let me put it. I'm 3 foot from the lot line. Mine's 75 foot wide. Let me do some quick math. That's 27. I want to be 27 from the lot line, 27. So it's still about 25 foot in between them.
Okay, so going along with that, could the shed be moved to minimize the rear and side setbacks? Could it be moved closer to the pool so that instead of a 7-foot setback, you could meet the 8-foot, and on the 6-foot setback, you could reach that 8-foot?
Yes, I could move that.
Okay.
The reason I wrote those numbers down is it's the same position as my current shed. The back of the shed to the lot line is going to be in the same position as it is now, and the side of the shed to the lot line will be in the same position that it is now. It's going to be no closer to the lot lines than I currently have.
Gotcha. It's just bigger, and you didn't have variances for the existing shed?
Well, that is correct.
Okay.
So I'm going to be closer to my house and closer to the pool
Yep,
than my current setup.
but 2 less variances.
Yes, well, do you have a copy of the instrument map?
Yes, yep, we've got it up on the screen right now.
Do you see how it V's in the back?
Yes.
So I guess the wider you get, the closer it becomes to the V shape.
Correct.
So my current shed is to spec. I know I wrote 7 foot on the paperwork.
Yep,
But,
on
but
that
as
east
I've
side.
done, I took some fencing down, and I really am. I was 7 foot to the fence, but 8 foot to the lot line. So I can, even with my shed in the same position, I'd be 8 foot to the neighbor's lot. But the wider I get with the shed, I get a little closer to the rear lot line.
Yep, understood.
If it get, yeah.
Let me just ask, so what's the board's, is the board want more? I mean, right now, it sounds like the applicant's willing to remove 2 of the variance requests or withdraw them by shifting it 2 feet and 1 feet. Is that the
Yes.
course we would like to go? Not that,
I could do that.
Yeah.
so let's, because we try to minimize variances, that's our role here at the ZBA. So,
Okay.
so at your agreement, your request as well, we're gonna eliminate those last 2, B and C. We're gonna shift those out, so we're just going to discuss the 480 square feet
Okay.
oversized variance.
Sounds good.
Okay, so
Is the existing shed?
that's going away. This is
But
replacing that.
is not in compliance?
We're not going to worry about it. It's going to disappear.
Okay.
The white one?
Yeah.
The existing
Well, you
one,
mentioned a
yes, it
variance
is in
on
compliance.
that, and there is no variance.
There was no variances granted for
That's
those.
my confusion. Thank you.
But it was a smaller shed, so it may not have needed a variance because it may not have
Yeah,
been.
it's 160 square foot, that,
Right.
the existing
so
one.
It would have been more towards the corner where that triangle is, so it probably was okay.
Thank you.
Jim, any questions on the square footage?
No, I mean, it is pretty good size when you look at the house.
Oh, and that's what I should bring up. We did get samples, we got them in email, so we have a 20 by 20 structure over at Wheat Hill. We have a 20 by 20 at Battle Green. That one is in the neighborhood. It's the white two-car accessory garage, or sorry, detached garage. Blue Ridge, that one doesn't have storage. That's a different thing.
I only mentioned that because the guy keeps garbage outside.
Yeah, we're not going to address that tonight. We're just looking at.
No.
variances.
But I'm saying, I would think the town would rather
Yes.
I was able to store stuff out of sight rather than just have stuff laying all over the place.
Chestnut Ridge with a nice accessory barn. Another Chestnut Ridge, 30 by 34, accessory structure at Chestnut Ridge, 36 by 30 at Lamp Post.
Does this have a garage door on it?
Yes, I am planning on having a roll-up garage door on one end.
Do they even need a variance?
Um,
Because they get a garage quantity, I forget what it is.
Except he's already
He's already
got a garage.
Oh, okay. you don't-
Yeah, and he calls it a
What's the
shed.
cumulative square foot then?
That's a good question. So Paul, would the code enforcement office ever consider this to be an accessory garage, or as the applicant writes, it's a shed?
Applicant wants to stress it's going to be a shed, then that's why he sits before you tonight.
Yep. He even says shed used for storage only, not to be used as a garage.
Can't put every.
So let's stick with it as an
We
accessory.
discussed this with the applicant.
Because he would be over 640, 480. He gets how much?
1,200. So
He's still within either way,
Right.
so it doesn't matter.
Access would be a little tricky if it were functioning as a garage in the full definition.
Right. Right. I say we leave it as a shed.
Doesn't matter to me, I just make sure we look at
Well, he
it.
can have whatever kind of door he wants on this shed, can't he? Yeah.
Yep.
Big lawn truck.
Yep. Matt, any questions?
No.
Fred?
I just want to confirm, the white structure, canvas structure, carport, or whatever you would call that, it's going to be removed?
There's two white structures in there, like the little shed and the canvas structure.
Right.
Yeah, the canvas structure and the little shed are going to be removed.
The canvas is there just temporarily while he
Structure
worked on the
is getting
structure.
removed.
Which canvas is, what is this? What canvas? Oh, the tent's in the yard now?
Yes.
The tent, yes, I put a temporary tent up so I can remove the contents from the shed. So I can make it, I strengthen the structure so I could move it without breaking it.
Okay,
Just temporary.
okay.
If it stays longer than temporary, then it's code enforcement's problem. So. Any other questions?
I have no other questions.
All right. Phil?
No questions.
Side table, anything to add? I will open up the public hearing, which The attendance seems to be dwindling. I don't see any hands. I'd ask for a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion?
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? One condition of approval is getting a building permit. You've already applied for that, you've been denied, so continue working with the building department to close out that building permit if it gets approved tonight. And once again, the building is to be shifted so that we are not considering the two side and rear, or the one side and one rear setback requests. You're going to be able to meet those by shifting them over 1 or 2 feet respectively. And I will declare the zoning board as lead agency, and based on the information and evidence presented this hearing, find this application to be a type 2 action with no significant environmental impacts. Is there a second?
Second?
All those in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ask for a motion to adopt this application with that one condition of approval.
So moved.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
We have a second. Board vote, Jim?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Fred?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
I also vote yes. So this has been approved. Please come back to
Okay.
New York.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night. All right, application number 5, as you can see on the agenda, was tabled at the applicant's request. So we'll move on to application number 6, the application of Chi-Li Development Group LLC, Joe Gizzi, 3850 Buffalo Road, Rochester, New York, 14624, the applicant/owner, for a variance to erect 3 wall signs and 1 monument sign for a proposed commercial development. To permit a second wall sign, the B south elevation in the plans, not facing public street or on a corner, which is not permitted. B, a 19.6 square foot second wall sign, the B south elevation having an area of 9.8 square feet is permitted. And C, permit a third wall sign, the C-west elevation is not permitted. D, 19.6 square feet third wall sign, the C-west elevation area where 9.8 square feet is permitted. E, the 0.5 foot monument sign setback from the front property line where 15 feet 0 inches is required. F, 13.5 foot monument sign height, 5 foot 0 inch max permitted. G, 81.5 square feet per side, 163 square feet total proposed monument sign area where 16 square feet per side and 32 square foot total is permitted at the property located at 3235 and 3249 Chi-Li Avenue in the GB district. Long laundry list on this, but we'll get through it. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman. Trevor Hout, project manager with Pastor Associates, here representing the applicant Joe Gizzi from the Chi-Li Development Group. So thank you for dealing with my absence last month. I apologize for that. I should have coordinated that we were tabling with Paul. We still had another meeting with the AAC to get through in early July and wanted to get their blessing before we came in front of you guys tonight. So just wanted to clarify that. I see you guys have an AAC report up in front of you.
You have the AAC report.
So basically we presented the new monument sign, the new elevation, and talked about the building mounted signs, and that was our last meeting with them. They said things would be handled administratively. From then on, I have some handouts for you guys tonight.
And it looked like the only revision they really wanted on the elevation was larger gooseneck lights.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a good point. So Matt Sinicola is going to recuse himself from this application just like he did last month, as he's also an employee of Pastoral Associates. What's that? Yeah, he did. That's why he stepped away. We did it telepathically.
Let the record show I'm requesting to be used for this stuff.
It's a carryover from last month. So yes, he has requested and walked right off the stage.
Good afternoon, Board. Handed out some materials. So the first handout is our previous iteration of the monument sign. The one that the AAC ended up approving was actually, I apologize, I didn't bring it tonight. I was wondering if you guys would have it up, but it's basically got 8 panels, no chi-light corners, green there, no clock, and with that ephes down right above the 8 panels. So it basically ended up being 10 and a half feet tall.
Okay, instead of 13 and
Instead
a
of
half?
13, yep. So we worked with them, reduced the sign. As you can see from the handout, we put a lot of more architecture into the sign that matches the building facade with that brick and the ephes and the curbing there. The original proposal had 10 panels. Where we settled had 8, and we got rid of any branding because things change names and stuff. So just kept it simple. We have copies of that was sent into the development group prior to our AAC meeting, but you can pretty much imagine what it looks like there with the version that the AAC blessed. So with that 16 by 44, 8 of them, that's the actual requirement for the signage that we're requesting the variance, right? It's not the entire face of that sign. It's the actual sign. I just wanted to.
Yeah, so the AAC was okay with 8 panels, which
Yes.
results in the square footage that
Okay.
you're requesting?
Yeah, so doing some quick math, 16 inches is about 1.3, and then 44 is about, 3.6.
I only ask because I want to make sure we've got our square footage here. 'cause
Yeah,
I don't want
exactly.
to see you come back to another ZBA meeting.
Exactly. So that ends up being about 39 square feet per side. So we'd be good with reducing to, about 50 if you wanted to make some reductions in these variances based on what was approved by the AAC. As long as, the panels are what's count, it's looking to be about 39 per side with 8 of those 16 by 44s. But obviously, we still need a variance for the height and the setback and
So
everything.
let me go through these again. So you're, instead of 81.5 square feet per side, you're looking at what number?
So if we're just counting the panels, it's 39.2 square feet.
So that would be 78.4 total. And you're not having chi-light corners on there?
No.
Okay. And then height is now, instead of
Instead of that 13 and a half, ended up being
10 and a half?
10 and a half, so we'll call it 11. Just
Okay.
give us some room in case constructability ends up a little hair over or something.
Okay.
So, yeah. So,
Okay, so for the board's clarification, that's letters F and G.
thank you. And then the other variance about the monument sign was the setback from the property.
Yep.
So currently there is a monument sign out there that was for the former library location that's actually in the DOT right-of-way. The DOT right-of-way does a kind of interesting jog into our property with an aggressive kind of V-cut right where that entrance is. So, we're pushing it off of there into a non-exclusive frontage easement.
Okay, understood on that one.
And then as the building signs go, our first tenant being Starbucks, that was that second handout in the packet that has some dimensions for the actual signs that we're talking about, which is the Starbucks tenant. 19.6 square feet that you see there and the other wall elevations. So this is basically to set up the first tenant to pull their sign permits. And then if hypothetically, we had to come back in for a different tenant, just because we got variances on that property doesn't mean we can't get variances again and revise and look at the new tenant's, desires. Okay, great. Thank you for clarifying that, Mr. Chairman.
We don't like doing it, but it is allowed.
Thank you. So there's really no other clarifications on the A through D. They're summarized as applied for. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me.
Jim, any questions?
So to summarize, there's really kind of two areas of variance. The wall signs, second and third, and the monument sign, if I understand all this correctly.
And the square footage of the wall signs, yeah.
What I don't see in your package is a site plan for where the monument sign's going. Do you have that?
Yes. Should have been in the sign permit applications that were sent, but basically, if you know where that existing monument sign is, just sliding that back, to be out of the right of way.
To be a half a foot out of the right of way.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, say it again. Where is it?
So where the existing monument sign is across from Two Fronts Plaza, if you were to pull out, in between Taco Bell and Jim's Diner there, you'd be looking across the street and you'd see that existing bricked monument sign that was there formerly for the library. We're basically sliding it back onto our property a half a foot from the right of way.
Yeah, it's a brick planter box, kind of like the planter that's over as we enter this driveway over here. There's a similar one for the old town hall court. Senior center court was really what the sign was the last.
I will on the way home.
Yeah, it blends in. So you're shifting that,
There's no clock on here.
right, on the
You're
monument.
adding, so on this one that he handed out,
Yep, where it says Chi-Li Corners, he's gonna add 2 more boxes.
and then there's two more signs that are gonna go above here.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep, enlarging the signage, the 6-panel signage they have to be 8-panel signage and getting rid of the clock. And then bringing it down, this one shows that it's 12 feet tall for the whole sign, and they're bringing it down to 11 feet.
Okay.
So it won't be as tall.
No, I think I understand it. The wall signs, that's a whole nother.
Yeah, so the wall signs, you almost have to think
I'll
of
let the rest of the
the
board
park side, the Chi-Li Ave side, and the Scottsville Chi-Li side.
And Taco Bell's, who's the most recent there in the center of town, has basically two on their, kind of their tower on the one
Right.
corner.
Right,
That's all I have for now.
okay. Fred, questions? Well, I guess first one, do you have any more questions on the monument sign? We seem to have that one clarified pretty good. Any questions on the monument sign?
No more questions on the monument
All
sign.
right, Phil, any on the monument sign?
No.
All right, now we'll go to the walls, and I think it would be easiest to start in order on here. So let's go to the south elevation, which if we're looking at the packet he gave, or it's very similar to what we were given before, that I have up on the screen, it's the lower one. It's detail number 2, the lower one. Starbucks is on the left, tenant in the middle, and tenant green is on the right. Any questions on that one? So once again, that's facing south, so that's gonna face the Memorial Park Community Center entrance, which is quite a ways away from the road, from the driveway road, but that's the side it's facing.
So the Starbucks has actually been added forward because that's not part of our variances.
Right. Right.
But it's the green circle, white person in it. That becomes the issue on the addition that you said.
Yeah, so I was just focused on the, but yes, that's what becomes it on the other side, along with the other tenant signs.
Which we
But right now, we don't know about those, but yes, we are just looking at this 5-foot diameter
Could also
circle.
be within code,
Yes.
because each one would get a sign.
No.
No. Follow the denial page.
Yeah, let me bring that up.
So where it says tenant,
You have to break it apart because it's a 3-suite building.
Right.
So right now, you're dealing with the Starbucks side. Anything else will require them to
Come back for more.
Sign permit and/or amended variances.
I gotcha. So yes, we're looking at Starbucks.
So they're allowed one of like the Starbucks sign over the top of the entrance,
Yep.
but it's considered all one building.
Yep.
So Starbucks is taking that at the moment.
Well, on one side, but then they've got the other logo on the, above the drive-through and above the entrance there.
Yeah, there's some
North
3D
end.
renderings at the back of your second packet that clear up a lot of confusion, perhaps. It gives you one from the back corner and the front corner. So that first page, back corner, where you see the Starbucks sign and lettering, that'll be visible from Memorial Park Drive, looking up the hill across the property. And you'd see the side of it, you'd see just the white profile side of it from Old Scottsville Road.
So Trevor, this one, the Starbucks concept, it says the word Starbucks above the entrance. Isn't that their drive-through there?
It is.
So
Yes.
I thought that's gonna have one of the.
That
green-
well,
Okay.
yes. That didn't show up on that image, but that kind of orients you where like you are in space, I guess, when you're,
Okay.
looking at this. And then the last page would be basically what you'd see from the entrance pulling in.
So I think what we're looking at in the future on this one, as this develops, is we're gonna have a sign inventory and a sign master plan. Because there's gonna be a lot of variances coming in for this.
And this is just the start, and we're hitting the variances pretty hard.
Yeah. Yeah. This reminds me a lot of McDonald's, but at least the word Starbucks is not showing up everywhere here. I remember the iterations of like 9 golden arches and McDonald's written everywhere. This one has 2 logos and the word Starbucks above the entrance. Was there thought in terms of those 5-foot diameter circles? Is that their standard, or did those get sized based on the speed and distance from Chili Ave or?
No, those are
Drive.
basically by their prototypes.
Okay.
And, we've been working with them, coordinating what the town's allowing and stuff. So, we've tried to keep it a more classic architecture, and been working with the AAC on the the final renovations of the elevations, which you could see in the last packet I handed out. So, it's kind of like a happy medium, we thought, for an application.
All right. Fred, any questions? I'll get to you, Paul.
Now, the logo, I guess, that is not required by Starbucks?
This is, they wanted more, but this is kind of what fit with the design of the building. So, they would like a Starbucks sign too on front, but we just settled for like a logo kind of.
Because I've seen Starbucks with no logo. And I'd almost want to say it was just one, possibly 2 Starbucks.
Like the word Starbucks above the
Yeah.
entrance?
Yes.
Okay.
So I just wanted to make sure that this is what, and it was a newer building, so I just wanted to make sure they're not going away from this and you're going to be coming back with something different.
Yeah. I mean,
Paul, do you have something to add?
Other than, as you travel down Chili Ave, you will see the front of this building, which would have the front wall sign.
Hear me now, Phil?
Yes, they can.
Wonderful.
Would you repeat what you just said?
I will. As you travel down Chili Ave, you will see the front signage. As you travel down, or let's say on Old Scottsville Chili North, you will more than likely see the Starbucks sign that faces to the south. The logo over the drive-through
Yeah, the logo.
seems to be a level of redundancy.
Well, that one's gonna be viewed from
From where?
Scottsville Chi-Li.
And Chi Ave, which you can already see the front.
Right.
So again, my point is, that seems to be a level of redundancy.
And I think architecturally, your rendering showed it really well. Is you don't need the logo above the drive-through because Starbucks shows up on one side and it would show up on the other.
Yeah, the west one seems to be done.
And I don't see the DOT changing that intersection anytime soon, so we'll always have that weird angle. So I'm in agreement with that as it appears redundant and unnecessary. Once again, that's the 5-foot diameter circle above the drive-through on the west elevation.
To clarify, Trevor, you said that that signage is motivated by the corporate target?
Yeah, they actually wanted to have a drive-through sign on their drive-through. We decided with AAC that was not needed. So this is kind of like in place of that, It really does have 3 roads that's going to have visibility. You'll have Old Scottsville Chi-Li Road. You'll be able to see that corner or that side of the building. And then from Memorial Park Drive, you'll look up the hill and you'll be able to see it. And then from Chi-Li Ave, you'll be able to see it. So it's a pretty unique situation with such high visibility. And
Are you saying that's why you want the west elevation?
Yeah, and
But you
also
have the same vantage point on the south elevation and the north elevation.
Yeah, so picture someone driving up Old Scottsville Chi-Li Road and takes a left. They would still have opportunity to see the sign. I mean, I'm not a sign salesman at the end of the day. I'm just trying to do what's best for the town and the client, but.
But you will see, you would
You'll see
agree
the
that
word
you will see the
Starbucks.
Starbucks sign over the door as you
Yeah.
come up,
And
as well as the other side.
right, so as you're coming down Scottsville Chi-Li, you'll see the logo.
That's a tough sell.
I try my best. But if the main, win tonight is the monument sign, if we wanted to table the building mounted signs to a future date when we have made a little more progress with Starbucks, and we can kind of take these notes back to them, I don't want to,
Well, we do have them all separated, so we can it's not necessarily a one package deal on all the votes, so we can do that. We can also vote on each individual one, and and if we vote no on the west one, just you get that decision. It's up to you if you want to withdraw it. I'm not gonna say which way we're going on it.
Yeah.
AAC said what on that part of it? Did they chime in on? They chimed in on the drive-through part. Did they chime in about having the logo above the west elevation?
So,
Would that be the north elevation, sir?
Not according to this.
yeah, it would technically be the west. So that's the drive-through,
West
the
elevation.
face of the drive-through.
The one above the drive-through is on the west elevation, correct?
Yeah.
Well, on this one here, they don't show it, but
Right.
there should be a logo.
Yeah, he just said that they did make it into the rendering. Yep. And that's where I said, it still looks great
Confusion.
without it.
Yeah, I mean, they're basically almost on top of each other.
It does depend on which angle you're coming from. So if you're right at the intersection, I agree that you would see it when you're sitting at the intersection. But as you're approaching, you will see the other logo first, the one that's on the south elevation, or the words on the south elevation. Sorry, where were we?
Mr. Hott, is Starbucks aware of any future development on the corner?
They have seen a master plan. I'm thinking that it might be wise to just only move forward on the monument sign stuff tonight, and we can table, and we can bring your thoughts back to Starbucks, and I can actually see how hard they want me to fight for this stuff.
Okay.
And
That's what my question was. What else did the AAC say about these Starbucks signs? Specifically, you said they chimed in on the
Yeah.
drive-through part.
Yeah,
that
they wanted the drive-through eliminated. They said,
But did they say that they wanted no signage above the drive-through
No,
window?
there was literally a sign that said drive-through. There was like the Starbucks logo and then drive-through.
Yep.
In lettering under that. We got rid of that to
Yep.
kind of reduce the scope of that.
But
Some
was
things
there
that they-
talk about the logo above it at that time? Or was it blank? Was it a blank
yeah.
slate?
Does the most recent elevations have a tenant placeholder sign above that?
No.
The one that just said tenant everywhere.
The ones we have, it shows the Starbucks one.
Okay, and then what about that back here? Yeah.
So on that bunch, it shows nothing above the drive-throughs.
All right, well then that's probably.
So AAC was considering it with nothing on
Yeah,
there.
so that's, we'd be
Okay,
good
so-
with omitting the west elevation.
It sounds like you'd like to request tabling of the wall signs, which is letters A through D
Yes.
until next month.
Yeah, and we might end up withdrawing them, but at some point, we're gonna get, more traction with the tenant, advance to those conversations, and I'll be able to take this input back and really, dial it in, so.
Okay, so for tonight, we'll only consider E, F, and G, and so when we do seeker, we are only doing letters E, F, and G. We aren't doing seeker for A through D. All right,
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
okay. Council, is that okay to do that?
Yes.
All right. I will open up the public hearing, but all of our audience members, except the one recused board member, that's all that we have in the audience. So I'll ask
Motion.
for a motion to close it. We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
We have a second. All those in favor saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
So how is this monument sign being lit internally?
There are gooseneck lights.
Yes.
So the sconce lights, that's what the AAC is talking about there. We don't have it on these drawings, but if you look to the right and left of the clock, there are sconce lights listed there. Instead, they have gooseneck lights to do downward lighting. And they just requested those to be bigger than whatever's on the renderings. And that's on both sides of the sign, correct?
Yeah, there's 3 of them above there.
3?
Yep.
So that's right, because the clock's gone, so it's
Yep.
3 in a row there. And this shows upward lighting down here. Is that still going to be there?
The recommendation was to have the gooseneck be able to illuminate everything, so we're
Okay.
running the photometrics on that.
Okay, but those look like landscaping lights or something?
Yeah.
So they are...
There might be some landscaping
Okay.
lights. I'm not going to say that there's not going to be, but
Okay.
I know
I
that
just saw them on the rendering here, so,
Yeah.
but we're only concerned with the
Are we
signage on the light.
Dark sky community?
The dark sky compliant goosenecks, yes. Geese that only fly at night. All right, so I'm just gonna circle these so I remember. All right, so I declare the zoning board as lead agency and based on the information and evidence at this hearing, find this application to be an unlisted action with no significant environmental impact. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? I can't think of any other conditions other than, Paul, would it be why, the AAC gives us recommendations only, so I think one condition is that the recommendations from the AAC must be met.
Applicant to follow all recommendations from the Architectural Advisory Committee.
I like it.
It's the same one.
All right. So with that one condition of approval, and once again, we are only doing letters E, F, and G as listed on the agenda pertaining to the monument sign. We're not doing anything with the wall signs. Those were withdrawn at the applicant's request. So I'd ask for a motion to adopt this application. If you guys are okay with that, I was going to do all 3 as one, unless you want to do them individually.
So for the height, He's asked for 10 feet.
11.
And then he's asked for another foot.
No, they originally asked for 13 and a half, and then their drawings that got revised went down to 12. And he wrote in that he wanted 13 and a half feet for the application here, and tonight he's reduced it down to 11 per the AAC requirements. So the AAC requested it to be down to 11 feet instead of 12 feet like we see in this drawing.
Okay.
They have updated drawings that we don't
Be
have.
2 feet to the ledge, 9 feet to the top?
Yes, it'll still be 2
It'll be
feet.
shorter without the clock.
Yes, yep. Yep. So that 10-foot section is going to become 9 feet.
Do you need to spell that out in the approval?
Applicant to meeting the AAC requirements, I think, meets that, and the fact that we're going to list that letter F is no longer 13.5 feet, it's now 11.0 feet.
Okay.
And then, once again, the monument sign of what's currently there from when the town was there is getting moved out of the right-of-way and being 0.5 feet onto the property line instead of 15 feet. If they go much further, they're gonna be in the building. And then square footage wise, letter G, that got reduced from 81.5 square feet per side to 39.2 square feet per side. And instead of 163 square foot total, it was reduced down to 78.4. Okay? So, I ask for a motion to adopt this application with that one condition of approval.
So moved.
We have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
We have a second. Board vote, Jim?
So what are we voting on?
We're voting on all three together. I didn't hear any
Vote on
objections.
them together.
All of them together, yep.
Yes.
Fred?
Yes.
Phil?
Yes.
I also vote yes. So that has been approved, and get your stuff in order for next month.
Are you coming back in on, can we?
I'm gonna probably table, I'll probably withdraw those applications, but we'll just say tabled for now. I'm not gonna show up until next month, and then I'll get back to you with the withdrawal letter.
Yeah, okay, that's all.
But for now,
Yeah.
assuming I'm tabled for next month, that I requested be tabled next month. Thank you.
All right.
So I'm putting you on the agenda now.
All right. We haven't gotten minutes yet, so I'll work with administrative staff to get that, and then we'll get those for the next meeting. And I don't have anything else, so I'll make a motion to adjourn. All those in favor saying, or can I have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All those in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting adjourned. Next one will be August 26th.
So if you're heading down up Scottsville Charlie Road
Yep.
toward Charlie Center, this is what you see, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And once again, this is the center building. Their master plan actually shows another building west of it. So
Right.
when you're coming down Scottsville Chi-Li, you'll be able to see it through where Memorial Park is.
Yep.
But then, as you're getting closer to the intersection, you won't see it because there'll be another building there.
Correct.
Or could be another building.
Yeah. So then as you're driving by,
As you're driving by, you're gonna see the
you're
north
going to see
elevation.
the east.
We're good. Yep, we adjourn the meeting.